Adam West. As you're probably aware, Adam West passed away earlier today at the age of 88 from leukemia. Adam West was most well known for two things: for being a campy, yet lovable, and somehow badass Batman, and for being the mayor of Quahog on Family Guy. Two completely different genres and ways of doing things, two completely different programs for sure. Adam West did them both and did them well. Adam West was born in 1928, and he got his first acting gigs in the 50s. At first he started as a leading man. He tried to get some leading man roles, but then Hollywood just didn't work that way. He got a couple of supporting roles, some minor roles, and then he landed the role of the lifetime that would make him immortal with Batman. Adam West tried out for the role, didn't think he was going to get it, for sure. He thought, he looked at the script and said, well, what am I supposed to do with this? And he made it kind of his own, because he made it campy, he made it fun, he made it interesting. And Adam West definitely made that show, along with Burt Ward being the two that definitely made that show worth watching. And, well, of course, the classic villains. You know, Cesar Romero is the Joker. Julie Newmar or Eartha Kitt is always a debate that I'm up to make, because I can argue for both of them. They both were wonderful Catwomen. Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt. I don't know if there was a third one. If there was a third one, she didn't make enough of an impression on me to really pay attention. So those shows were so great, and the reason they were so great was because they were campy. And camp is something that is not easily done well. Camp is not easily done well. And the thing of it is that when Adam West was just the perfect guy for that role. He was the perfect guy for the role because he came off as so serious. He could do anything with a straight face. If you've looked on YouTube and seen the Batusi video, where he's dancing like an idiot and just flailing around with his cape in the air and just running around, it is amazing that he did not just bust out laughing. I mean, wearing the tights. One of the best lines from that scene, actually, was he walks into a bar as Batman. He walks into this seedy bar as Batman, and they're like, the maitre d' comes up and says, hey, Batman, would you like our best table? And he says, no, I do not want to draw attention to myself. I will just stand at the bar. It's a great line. And his delivery was wonderful. The reason he had to do his delivery so slowly was because of gaps in the script. Because when they were doing this show, they would rehearse, and then they would realize, oh crap, we need to add like 2-3 more minutes in it. So Adam West was just like, well, then I'm going to speak slower. And he spoke slower, and it worked. I had to do that with a lot of different radio commercials that I did, where the copy needed to be a minute, and I read it so quickly that it ended up being about 40-45 seconds. So Adam West was doing that, and after that, he kind of stumbled through the 70s after Batman was canceled. And you know what? Batman was very popular at the time. It was a very popular show at the time. However, it was canceled because of the high production costs. All those bams, woofs, and blamos that were done were quite expensive at the time. So after 3 years, it was canned, and Adam West was kind of adrift. He did star in a cop drama in the 80s that didn't go anywhere. He did some voiceover. In fact, his second life was in voiceover. He did voiceover for the Batman and Robin animated series of the 70s. He did numerous other Batman-related projects, including one most recently where he voiced Commissioner Gordon. But what I love about Adam West was the sheer just joy he took in his craft as Batman to start out with. And it's so prevalent in Hollywood that actors do not want to be typecast. They get a role of a lifetime, and then they complain that that's all that they can play, that people typecast them. Well, I mean, you got a role of a lifetime. You got this wonderful role that is going to make you millions of dollars, and you're concerned that you're only going to play that role. That means that you're always going to get work. I mean, what better thing in Hollywood than to always have work? What better thing in Hollywood than to always be employed? Some of these people stand on their morals like, no, I'm a Shakespearean actor. Did you know that Boss Hogg, I think his name was Sorrel Merrill, was a classically trained Shakespearean actor? And he's always going to be known as this backwoods, rich Southern bastard who's all talking about, get them dukes, and he didn't care. He did not care at all. He enjoyed the notoriety, as did Adam West as Batman/Bruce Wayne. What I'm going to play for you right now, and this is going to be part of the podcast that's going to be released later next week. In fact, I'm going to release this Monday. What I'm going to play for you right now is some of the best of Batman/Bruce Wayne from 1966. And for those of you who are concerned that I'm going to get busted for copyright or anything like that, it's not the case. Because as far as fair use goes, we are dedicating a show to someone who has passed on, therefore it's okay to use. I know my shit. Okay, so this is the best of 1966 Batman Bruce Wayne here on the Random Internet Radio Show, and if I need to do a little bit of narration, I will stop and do the narration, so I hope you enjoy. Gotta love that music. It's beautiful.
Shark repellent bat spray.
A routine question. Have you recently sold any wars?
Okay, stop for a minute. Shark repellent bat spray. That's another great thing about this show, is that Batman had everything. Batman had everything you could think of. Shark repellent bat spray. Are you kidding me? Fuck.
Any war surplus submarines, and if so, to whom?
Salt and corrosion. The infamous old enemies of the crime fighter.
Salt and corrosion, the infamous old enemies of a crime fighter. I mean, the way he delivered his lines was like, you're like, whoa, that's heavy, that's gravitas, and yet it's so silly what he's saying. Salt and corrosion, the all-time enemies of a crime fighter.
Here, take my bat radio. I looked it up this morning. That class of missile receives on a wavelength of 164.1. I'd say the odds against it would make even the most reckless gambler cringe. True, I did think I'd spotted it out of the corner of my eye.
Let's go. But inconspicuously. Through the window.
True, Robin. It was.
How could Batman do anything inconspicuously through a window? I mean, and not to mention the great scenes where they're climbing up the side of a building, hand over hand, and it's him and Robin, and they're both just, like, using a rope and climbing up the side of the building. Classic television.
It was noble of that animal to hurl himself into the path of that final torpedo. He gave his life for ours. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Oh man, story of my life.
Nevertheless, shall we give this matter further consideration over dinner tonight?
Indeed, Al.
Ooh, romantic Batman, romantic Bruce Wayne. Shall we give this matter consider? He was so damn smooth, wasn't he? He was so damn smooth. Even into his elder years, he's so damn smooth. I wish I could be that smooth.
I've rarely met a girl who's such a potent argument in favor of international relations. How strange. I close my eyes and I dream of something quite astonishingly different.
And all my days are trances, and all my nightly dreams are where thy dark eye glances, and where thy footstep gleams. Miss Kitka, I have the strangest feeling that I am about to be utterly and madly carried away. Do we dare?
Why not?
Yes, of course, why not?
Only Adam West can deliver those lines. Only Adam West can put forth those verses of Shakespearean beauty. and in the spirit of the show, it was absolutely fabulous.
Of what use is a dream, if not a blueprint for courageous action? Capitalists like myself who carry large sums of money often have such safety contrivances. Show me Miss Kitka, or I'll wreck this place with my dying breath.
Wreck this place with my... Okay, with my dying breath? Wow. That's got to be some strong breath, man. Liver and onions. Maybe, perhaps, some post-nasal drip. Strong breath. Damn. But there's also that capitalists such as myself carry large sums of money. I mean, there was a lot of social commentary in these, if you do listen closely.
You filthy criminals. Surrender! You criminals! You abominable outlaws. Batman to Coast Guard. Batman to Coast Guard. There's a drifting submarine 2 miles east of Sandy Nose Lightship.
You know, I tried that Batman to Coast Guard shit before. All it got me was arrested.
It's filled with human jetsam.
They may be drinkers, Robin, but they're also human beings.
It's a low neighborhood, full of rum pots. They're used to curious sights, which they attribute to alcoholic delusions.
Whoever dehydrated those pirates could not have foreseen their accidental rehydration with the heavy water we use in recharging the atomic pile.
Oh, let's talk about some education right there. If you dehydrate pirates and you flood them with heavy water used to recharge atomic matter, you will get rehydrated pirates. Why isn't anybody working on this?
Saw it yourself, Robin. The slightest impact was sufficient to instantly reduce them to antimatter.
No, Robin. No. It's not for mortals like us to tamper with the laws of nature.
Let that be an object lesson in the dangers of tampering with the laws of Mother Nature.
United World Organization.
Precisely, Robin.
You mean...
Precisely, Robin. Precisely, Robin. The only possible meaning.
Let's commandeer a taxi.
No, Robin. Brace yourself, Robin. We're going down. This could be the end.
They don't commandeer a taxi, they commandeer a helicopter. This show was so ridiculous in all of its lacks of logic that it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. With its lack of logic, it was beautiful. And I miss this show. Although I do believe it's out on Blu-ray, DVD. There's about 6 seconds left. I'm going to play it out.
Our job is finished.
Our job is finished, indeed. Adam West off the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Adam West passing away today at the age of 88. Some wonderful clips there that I tried to frame as well as I could with my commentary, but they were, meant for the radio. They weren't meant for the radio. They were audio clips, obviously. So, and this is interesting. Twitter is red. That's very interesting. So, Adam West, as I mentioned, did have a bit of a lull there for a while in his career because Batman was basically his thing. I mean, he had a huge cult following, at least the show did, all throughout history, but it was never really, as when